You know, we get a lot of work in here that comes from dealerships and other independent shops in the area, and a lot of these people don't do this kind of work. My guys are doing stuff like this all the time where they're getting into these cars. So this one is a Volkswagen Passat, and you can't shift out of park. You're stuck in park. And kind of looking at everything, trying to figure out what's going on with it. Pretty clean car overall, you know. It's a 20 valve turbo. Come over here into the passenger side. You see all this water right here? It's all coming out of this right here. It's full of water. It's all over on the floor. It's all over in the harness. And then if you look here, it gets all down in the connectors and stuff here. And this computer go ahead. It's all nasty, corroded. Computer shot. You know, it's the type of stuff we deal with. What happens a lot of times up here in these roofs is these drains get plugged up and people don't clean them out. And it starts backing up, and then it finds ways to spill over onto the headliner and then the A-pillars and stuff, and it will drain down into the vehicle. And it will get inside the computer and everything, fill up this box. And that computer sits up underneath the carpet inside that box, and all that water drains down the A-pillar area, gets into all those connectors, gets in the floor, and it will start filling up that box. And those rubber seals don't really seal it too much anymore. And then sometimes the AC drain, we just had a Q7 in here, the AC drain, it gets plugged up, and then the water spills over the evap box and gets down into the floor. The same thing with these Volkswagens too. AC drain gets plugged up, nobody cleans them out. They don't think of it as a regular maintenance item when they go to the shop. It's not something people typically say, hey, could you just blow a little shop air in my AC drain, make sure it stays cleared out? Could you take a zip tie and put it in there a little bit, make sure it stays cleared out? Those are things that people don't think about, and manufacturers don't tell people, and mechanics don't tell people, dealerships don't tell people, and then this type of stuff happens. Well, I'm telling you now, when you go to the shop every once in a while, maybe ask them to clean out your sunroof drains, or maybe figure that stuff out yourself. Typically when you open the sunroof all the way up, you'll find some little drain holes over in the corner, deep over in the side pockets, and the drains will be underneath the car right here, or out by the fender well, like on the I did an Explorer not too long ago, where the drains plugged up, but they didn't plug up here. When you remove the plastic liner around the wheel, there's a drain that sits right up above it, and that drain was plugged up about 2 inches from debris slowly piling up inside that. And once I rotted it, pulled the plastic connection apart, opened it up, all the water just gushed out right onto the floor. People don't know that those are maintenance items that aren't maintenance items. You know, debris and stuff in general over time plugs that stuff up. And nobody tells people that they should keep that stuff clean. Nobody tells people that you should clean out the evaporator every once in a while. And this is the type of stuff that happens. So now you may be asking me, how do I tell my mechanic that I want him to check that and make sure it's cleaned every 30,000 miles or 40,000 miles? Well, ask him to do a general cleaning on your evap drain, make sure it's nice and clear, and go through and rod your sunroof drains front and back. That'll keep you safe, that this type of thing won't happen to you. Especially on European cars, it's extremely bad. Y'all be blessed. I thought about something here. I'm gonna try to revive this thing. I don't know why. I called up my guy. My guy was like, look, dude, I ain't never brought one of those back to life. Good luck. You ain't bringing that thing back to life. Either you do it naturally by cleaning everything and getting lucky, or you're putting a new harness in here with a new computer or something like that, whatever. But I've never brought, and he does computer programming and stuff. Well, this is an ultrasonic cleaner, and I put the water in the cleaner down in there and put the warming cycle on, and it has like almost completely cleaned the circuit board on this thing. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the water out again and then do another bath with this. So I put the heat on, and I put it on max 4 minutes and 80, or 480 seconds. 4 minutes, 480 seconds. And you'll come back over here in a few minutes, and it will start getting cloudy again. Oh, look right there already. It'll find the areas where there's corrosion and stuff, and you'll see it like a little smoke fire coming out of there. It's much better now. If you look, there's a burn mark right there. So there's a circuit that won't work in that circuit board. It's right there by that yellow, right here. And I don't repair circuit boards, so I don't know if there's a local computer guy I could get to repair that or not, but I could try to get him. But it's 1,000% cleaner than what it was. So I'm gonna dry it off now. See, there's some burned pins right there on that processor too. I think that's what they call that, right? A processor? I don't know. Anyway. And now what I'm doing is I'm taking the connector from the vehicle and putting it in here in the ultrasonic cleaner, and I'm going to get to cleaning those pins and stuff in the connector as well. And what I do is I want this set on 480, heat on, start the timer, 480 seconds. The heat really helps it. So there you go. We'll see where we're at here in 480 seconds. Let's go back here and see what we got. See what this connector looks like after it's been sitting for a little while. Get an idea now where we're at. Oh, yes. Okay, let's see if we can clean it out just a little bit more. Now I put the case of everything back together, blew it all out with air, put it back together. Let's see what happens. All right, let's see if I make it out of this. Hey! Eddie! I tried to save it, cleaned it, everything looked great, got it in the car, the radio started working now, all that stuff started working. The one thing that won't work is that burn spot, that little spot that we seen on the circuit board. I could hit it with my power probe, and then I could go back and check the shift solenoid selector, or the shift solenoid. It won't. It's the same voltage. That spot that's burned out right there is the main ground wire going into that solenoid, the shift solenoid. So when you hit the brake and it completes the circuit and stuff, it's not letting in. The voltage matches exactly and stuff. So I'm gonna have to. It's gonna need a computer, but these are the things you run into. I mean, unfortunately, you know, this is where I'm at with what I'm dealing with. You know, I tried to save it. I can't save it. They need a computer, and I don't know how I'm gonna get it. So I made a mistake and I called something a body control module. It's not a body control module. The unit that I had in my hand in here is a transmission control module. It's automatic transmission control module. It can be used with Audi, Volkswagen. I found the price of the unit. There's a wiped refurbished one. A company wipes them and refurbishes them for $590, but you still have to have somebody to program it. And yeah, that's I'd have to get it and drop it off at the dealer to have it programmed, because I don't think our European scan tool will do it. I talked to the customer. I said, you're looking at, that's to me $590. To you, there still has to be a markup. So you're looking probably somewhere around probably $700 for the module, and then an hour labor to program, and then about 2.5, 3 hours of going through the diagnostics, ripping the carpet up, getting all the water and stuff out of your car. And he's like, oh, so probably easily over $1,000, you know, $1,100, $1,200. I said, yeah, it's probably safe. I mean, for a module and stuff like that, us cleaning out the drains and stuff for the sunroof, and making sure that the AC condenser and stuff is. And he was like, let me think about that. I'll probably just junk that car because it's not worth that much at that point. I might just go find another one, you know, or something else that I want, or just sell it outright the way it is. So that's where we're at. I wanted to fix that. I loaded this video just a second ago, but I took it down a second ago, probably about 45 minutes ago. I got busy with estimates and YouTube people coming in and stuff like that. What I will do is put this up right now so you guys can have it. I apologize. I just wanted to fix my mistake and say that's not a body control module. It's a automatic trans control module that's in the floor of this Volkswagen Passat. But the message of the video still stays the same. It leads to this: maintenance items that people don't tell you about that end up costing you thousands of dollars. Y'all be blessed.